Just sit right there. So,
Yes.
is it going to be difficult to make two shows out of the same subject material?
I'm not doing the other show at this moment. No, I'm in charge of the Immortal Tour. So, yes, I'm not sure what's happening for 2013.
So, what we saw today was everything Immortal.
100% Immortal.
And where are you in this production cycle? When you say rehearsals start in 3 weeks, I'm moving to
Montreal. Yep.
You open in 6 months, October 2nd.
Yep.
This is not meant to be rude, it's meant to spark a conversation.
Sure.
Isn't this a little late for you to be going to Montreal?
Not at all.
You didn't want to go for the bad weather.
No, I know. Actually, I've been going to Montreal for the last 9 months, every single month.
Okay.
So I go for a week or two every month, and so I've been doing that, and that's been the preparation. But look, we've had castings around the world, castings through video from around the world, and castings in person in New York and LA and Canada. So yeah, that's been really the pre-production, and now we go into full production rehearsals.
So you know your cast. You
Yes.
have your cast.
Yes.
You have your crew.
Have the crew, have the stage being built, all of that's been happening.
And will it be 25 trucks or 40 trucks that you put on the road? I want to know if you're going to beat Lady Gaga, Britney, or...
My Madonna shows take the most, you know that, right?
Was it?
My Madonna shows always have the most.
How many was Madonna?
I don't remember anything.
Britney's last one was 40 trucks.
I did Britney's last show, and I'm doing the version right now as well.
The new one?
Yes.
So you'll be back there at MGM Grand Garden Arena?
I won't. I put it together and then it goes. It'll be in June.
Yeah. And how many trucks is that?
Don't know yet because we're just in the production phase right now.
What do you think the trucks will be on this?
I don't know actually, and I don't typically get involved in the truckload. What's been so great about this production though is they haven't really concentrated on that so much. It's more like let's build the best show that we can build, and then we'll figure out a way to make everything work.
When we talked over the phone, you talked about where you were going to begin Michael's life in Immortal and where it would end, not his life, but where the show would end.
Sure.
So, do we have the imagery of Jackson 5? Do we get as far along his life as Neverland? Where does it begin, where does it end?
Really, this is, to sum it up, it'd be like this is the Michael Jackson show, meaning that it's everything Michael, in the way of like Thriller, like when he went, even before that, Off the Wall, like Michael Jackson, as you know, him the icon. However, there are nods back to the Jackson 5, his beginnings, where he was with his brothers and his family. Those nods will be there, but this is really based on Michael's catalog and less about the Jackson 5 catalog, but definitely having moments in there that do support and appreciate and respect that.
Now, has Jackie seen any of this preliminary stuff that you've been doing in Montreal?
We've had conversation together over breakfast one day. He hasn't been to Montreal yet. I just asked him if he's going to go. He said yes. And then, of course, he's seen what we've presented here today, which is some storyboards and some ideas for music and stuff like that. So, very supportive.
Not meant to be a difficult question. Do Catherine, Joe, and the 3 children of Michael that Catherine looks after, are they coming to Montreal to see this during the rehearsal?
I don't know what they're going to do. Up to this point, they've just been very supportive, but they haven't come to Montreal thus far.
Okay. In terms of percentages, which I always love to find out, where do you say you are with the show at the moment? Is the show 100% done, and the next portion is the molding of the plasticine, as it were?
Sure, I think
you know what the show's going to look like?
Yeah, I think everyone's process is different. Mine, for me personally, I'm at a 50% phase for me, which means that anything before actual production rehearsals is an image in my head. So we have the set renders. I know what performers are going to be in the show. I know what my band is. I've been remixing and doing mashups of the Michael Jackson music for the last, 9 months. But that's all in my head as one, what it's going to actually look like. You don't really get that, Robin. You don't really actually understand it all the way until the vision becomes live in front of you. And that's what the next phase of this is. And that's the next 50%.
2-hour show, 90-minute show.
It's a 90-minute show.
90-minute
Yep.
show. And How many songs do you think you'll pack into the 90 minutes?
Man, I'm still not done with the music, but I am trying to get every iconic Michael song and then some little surprises in there too,
So
for
that's-
fan favorites. You know, in the way I'm doing
25,
that,
30?
no, there's going to be more. I mean, I think, you know, dare I say it? I don't want to be quoted. So there's over 30 Michael songs, and the only way that I can do that in a 90-minute show is by mashing up certain songs, remixing certain songs with others. So you feel like you're getting the Michael song, beat it as it was, but you're getting the meat and potatoes of it, and then mixing it with another.
How much of This Is It are we going to see in the show?
I plan to use some video footage from This Is It that we didn't get to see all the way in the film. So I have access to that, and I've kind of rejigged it, if you will. Also, there's some choreography that wasn't really seen all the way or realized in This Is It that I'm going to use in the show as well.
Any of the dancers that are in this show were going to go to London for This Is It?
Not right now, there are no This Is It
Any musicians?
tour dancers. Musician-wise, no. We have some members of the Bad Tour and older Michael Jackson shows, like Greg Fillingames is my band leader. He was there from the beginning, really. I think he was even on Victory Tour. No, I think he was on Victory Tour. So in that way, we're making sure that there's some Michaels represented, but have all new performers. And this is not a This Is It show. It's not. I mean, this is like that. This Is It was here. Now we've taken this to another place, completely reinvented.
And based on your experience of producing shows for Michael, Britney, Madonna, and others, is that what this arena show is going to be? It's going to come off looking, feeling as if it was Michael Jackson on tour?
We'll have that element for sure. I mean, that's what my cachet is, and that's what I do. I put on rock spectacles, so that and pop spectacles. So that element is there, and Michael was the best at that, really. So that element is 100% there. But what's cool about this show is now we're going to get the theatricality that Cirque du Soleil provides. So it's really going to be a hybrid that I think that no one's really ever seen before. It's like rock meets, you know, Cirque. And what does that look like? It's kind of really the first time they've done it in this way on a touring show.
How does the show open? How does Immortal open?
I can't tell you that.
How does Immortal close?
But what I can tell you is that we find our way transported into Neverland. That is part of the opening. Yeah. So what we didn't think was there or was anything when you walked into the arena becomes Neverland. So the audience gets transported into this world of Neverland. It's very cool.
What's the one thing that you're proudest of all that you've created for the show so far that is your own wow factor when you sat back and looked at it and said, what I saw in my mind has really come off on stage?
I think it will be, because we're still 50% there. But in my heart, I know what needs to be told is that purity, that humanity of Michael Jackson, that vulnerable side that a lot of people didn't really get to see, that childlike heart that was so beautiful and so pure, that's what I really want the audience to feel and leave with. You know, we all know what the showmanship of him, what that looks like, the artistry, the great performance. We know what that looks like, and we'll get all that for sure. But his heart and his purity and his humanity is definitely something that I'm allowed to touch on.
June, what do you do with this show so it doesn't look and feel like a Cirque show? Obviously, it won't sound like a Cirque show, but what do you do to make sure it's a Michael Jackson show and not a Cirque show? You know what I mean?
Well, but it is a Michael Jackson Cirque show, so we don't want it to not look like a Cirque show. We want it to look like a great collaboration of the Cirque world and the Michael Jackson rock and roll world. That's what this is, and that's what's going to make it all feel new. You know?
How long do you stay with the show?
There.
I mean, you obviously see it through October the 2nd, the opening.
The opening, and then of course I'll come back for changes or rearrangements, adaptations, this kind of thing.
You'll be here for the Vegas because that'll be huge.
Have to.
And then it could go on for 5 years on the road overseas.
Yes.
You stay with a show like that until it ends.
I won't
You
stay
don't.
with it. I would only go back in to either fix something or change something that's a good thing. So
Is this the biggest show that you've ever taken on?
this is a big show because there's so many